How you guys doing? This Brother Mike back with the thought of the day on May 12th, 2023. First, I want to give thanks to the Elohim of Israel for waking me up today and giving me the strength and the wisdom to bring you this message. Then I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, please grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to talk about the drug doctrine. The drug doctrine. For some who may not understand me, it's the doctrine that I learned when I was in the Baptist churches and the other black churches that I attended in the community. And I call it the drug doctrine because most of the time there was very little teaching being done, and it was mostly about playing with my emotions, trying to get me on a high, and never really learning what I needed to do when I was in these places. And once I got baptized, I felt that I could still live the life that I was living before, because it was never taught to me that, I really had to change. So therefore, as I was going on in my journey, little change was being made within myself, because I thought as long as my business was growing and everything was doing good, that God was blessing me. It never occurred to me that I had to have some obedience and listen to what he wanted me to do in order to really get my salvation. And the whole trick is, most of the sermons is based on either God is going to bless me with something, or God is going to help me get me out of a bad situation. So I get tied into that, thinking that that's what it's all about, what he's going to do for me. But I was never told what I needed to do for him. And I call it the drug doctrine because once I left church on Sunday, I was high off that drug of the emotions that the pastor had talked about. But maybe a day or two, I'm back to sinning. And then by the weekend, I'm feeling guilty again. And then I got to go back to church on Sunday to get that drug again. And it occurred to me it was the same kind of process that the doctors use by not telling me the cure of my illness so I could keep coming back. So as I kept going back to the churches, just giving my money, trying to get this drug that he was giving me, the sickness inside of me, which was the sin, just stayed. And the process kept continuing itself over and over and over again. So as my business was growing, I thought there was no need for me to stop sinning, because I thought the growth came from the prosperity that the preacher talked about on Sunday. Forget that I was sinning, forget that all of the other stuff that I had going on. I still thought I wasn't really doing that bad because my business was growing. And that's a trickery that had me stuck in those kind of situations for years. Now, you notice out of this video, I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about what other people got going on. But if they can relate, they can relate. So this drug doctrine is very, very, very sneaky. It's very, very, it had me caught in to where I couldn't really see the wrongs in the way that I was living. And I think a lot of times we get caught up in those kind of situations because it made me comfortable. I was comfortable doing what I was doing because I felt like it wasn't that bad, because they told me that the fruits was going to be in the blessings that I was receiving from God. But I thought those blessings were monetary value and material things. I never knew that the blessings was my inner soul and me living a prosperous life working for him. That was never told to me. The same people that I saw at the clubs and stuff on Friday and Saturday was right in church. So I'm thinking this is what everybody do. This is normal. This is what everybody do that is serving God. It never occurred to me that I needed to study for myself to make myself approved, I needed to really learn his laws and commandments to really live the right way. It never occurred to me or was told to me that I really needed to live opposite of whatever the world was promoting. And since I didn't know that, I just kept living the way that I was living. And I see why they never told me that I needed to live opposite of the way the world was living. Because then I would have noticed that I was receiving a drug doctrine. This is Brother Mike. Enjoy your day. Shalom.